think we are live, y'all. I know we have 0 eyeballs. Make sure you comment when you come in. So we're going to wait a minute. Last viewer might have gone a little bit long. So we're just going to hold for a minute. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. My allergies are killing me. Can't see. Hi, Kimeri. Loved your shirt. That was so cute. We're just waiting for some people, girl. Waiting. I can't wait to see those puppies. Hi, Louie. When are you going to know how many? Is that in November? Hi, Sandy. Just remember to keep commenting, and I'll try to catch all of them that I can. My sidekick's not here to read my comments. Hi. It's almost too far for me to see, but I'm trying. Hi, Corey. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Lynne. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Elizabeth. Miss Kimeri again. But if I get too much closer, I'm going to cut my head off. Hi, Lori. Hi, Grace. Well, we're going to get started. So all this was it was a sign that I bought that was like scratched up where you get it off the 75 aisle or whatever. Hi, Lori. Hi, Carol Ann. And I just kind of sanded the words off. And then I used on this one, I used plaster paint, simple white for my background, because this is what we're going to do today. We're going to make us a little button ghost. She got some sparkles all around her. Let me get it a little closer so you can see it. Got some sparkles, and then the ghost has some sparkly eyeballs. But super cute. This one, I just bought a box of buttons, so they're not all exactly white. And the little spiders, they're sparkly too. But remember to, if you hear your name drawn at any of the lives today, be on at 9 o'clock at the end of the last one, so you can get the chance to win a $25 gift card to my company, the Plaster Paint Company. And that way we can give that away, and somebody can either try it or get something they want to use that they haven't used before. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Carolyn Ann. Carolyn Ruth and Carolyn Ann. And, oh, good Lord, I need my girl. I can't read. Crafts from Memories. Glad you guys are here. So, again, this was just a sign. I just took the words and because it was all scratched up. And then I used simple white. I'm going to use for my background a decoupage tissue paper evening damask from Redesign. So I sell all the Redesign products, so you can order those on the website too. So I cut my piece because I am not the best cutter. I missed that in kindergarten. So I am going to, hi Gina, I'm going to, I don't like to cut on camera. Because I have to be too precise. Again, I always tell my mom I must have missed cutting in kindergarten. So I'm going to put my decoupage tissue paper, which really, if the best way to describe the Prima tissue paper is it kind of feels like a dryer sheet. It's kind of thicker like a dryer sheet, so it's not going to tear like a napkin or a piece of tissue paper would tear. Let me grab a paper towel. I always think I'm going to have everything I need, and you know I never do. So I'm just going to use some of this to lay down. This is my background. So I can make my sparkly, spooky ghost. Hi, Lenora. Gosh, I'm going to have to sit up forward. Shoop, how are you? Cafinas, is that how you say it? It's like Stephanie's, but Finas. I may be saying that wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, hi, Tanya. So I'm just going to put a layer of this down. It rained here all morning, but now the sun came out. So I don't know who else, if anybody else got rain. I'm going to lay my piece in there. On this one, I didn't even have to cut it so precisely because I could sand the edges off. But on this one, I can't since it's down in almost like a shadow box. It's down in this shadow box. And then I'm going to put some on top just so it gets a good hold and stays down. And that's our liquid wax mat. You can decoupage with it. It's amazing. On this one, like I said, I just went and bought a box of buttons. But on the one I'm doing with y'all, I actually had some vintage buttons. So they're going to be a little different because they're going to be all sorts of shapes and sizes and triangles and squares. And then I just painted them with the One Step pure white. That way they would be all white, where these are, some are more kind of clear, some are white, some have a little bit of a cream to them. I'm going to get this dry just for a second so I can draw my ghost pattern on. And if you need, like if you don't think you can draw your ghost, you can always just go and search a free printable ghost, and then you can just do it that way. Hi, Mike. How are you? We sold that big dresser in your booth. The one that was at the back. So you need to bring me more stuff. Hi, Lori. Hi, Miss Lynne. And it wouldn't have to be dry, but I'm going to use a permanent magic marker to draw my ghost. So I just don't want it to bleed. And it dries really pretty quick. So that is going to be my little ghost. And then I'm just going to take my magic marker, and I'm going to have to kind of turn it around and kind of decide, you know, where I want to start with it. And again, you can make your ghost with some arms. You could make your ghost look more like Casper. This is just the style I like. This is the part I don't like. But again, if you mess up, you can just cover it with something. See if I can get this straight. I didn't take straight lines in kindergarten either. I missed cutting and straight lines. Okay, so hopefully you can see it's because it's black on black. I got my ghost traced in. Now I'm going to start with some bling. So I'm going to do my outline on my ghost, and then I'm going to fill it in with my buttons. And again, like I said, these are all vintage buttons, and I just painted them white. So they're definitely different shapes and different sizes. Some are bigger, some are real little, but I just thought that they'd be fun. Some are oval. I also took these little, they were spider earrings, and I put a big red to make it look like it was a black widow. And then these were buttons, and they're little cats, but they're super cute. I gave the cat, I gave the cat some eyes and put some pink in its little ears. So we're going to use that later. Hi, everybody. If I didn't say hi. So I'm going to start to put the bling around. And again, you could use, I at first was going to use and just do some big blingy ones, but I wasn't sure I was going to have enough time to individually put them down. But I think I probably would now. Because where are we at? Oh, yeah. Well, let's do that because I used that on the last one. So let's just do this. Ugh. Yeah, my allergies. This one eye of mine, I'm about to jab it out of my head, I think. if I could get them open. But on the first one I did, I just used the string of, it comes in like a 4 and I just cut it down to 1. Maybe I can't get that open. I'm wondering if I used this and I did it too wide, if it would make it more prominent. I just was going to make sure I could get it to bend how I wanted it to bend around the curves, which I don't think it will unless it's real skinny. Can't get my other beads open. Hi, Carolyn Ruth. You've been making lots of stuff with your resin. She's been on a resin kick. She made a guitar case and all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna, oh my gosh, you guys, I got something on my eye. I just will not stop today. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's killing me. I keep waking up and they're all crusty from my allergies. So I'm just gonna lay down a little bit of hot glue and then I'm gonna lay some down. Again, this is gonna give me my outline. That way I can put my buttons in. I did go ahead and paint the buttons ahead of time so we wouldn't run out of time on that. But I mean, I have some tweezers too if I need those to pick these little boogers up. I'm gonna have to make it quick or my hot glue is gonna dry like it just did. Because that's too slow. Hot glue's not my jam. So what are you doing with all your resin pieces, Carolyn? You making ornaments, or I guess I didn't catch that part. Sometimes I'm bad about quick reading and then I read too fast. My hubby's at home fixing one of the trees, busted one of our lines that goes to our septic tank. So he's not having any fun doing that. The girls, Kyle's at the lake, and the twins have a Halloween party they're going to tonight. It's always something. Story has her first meet next weekend, so she will perform. She hasn't performed since August, her gymnastics. So they definitely do keep us busy. Busy, 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 busy. But it was raining hard here earlier. Patsy's at a soccer tournament with her granddaughter and daughter, and her birthday's on the 20th, so I think they're going to go to Silver Dollar City. Hey, sister. Hey, girl. Thank you. Hopefully you will love them. They're awesome. You can use them basically for anything. This may take me a few minutes. I should have probably done the other. But this is definitely going to give it a whole lot more bling than the line of bling. That's just like some ribbon, and then it was 4 wide and I cut it down to 1 wide because it's cheaper to do that than it is to do anything else. Then I'm going to use some triple bond to put down the buttons. So as you can see, I'm just outlining my ghost with the dazzly stuff, my sparkle, as Kimeri would say. I haven't caught to catch everybody's, but I did try to catch a little bit, and I think I've caught 2 or 3 of the ones today. So it was a little slower in the store because of the rain. So when I was in the car, I had to run and do an errand, so I was in the car for a little while so I could listen to them in the car. So hopefully everybody's learning some fun things. I liked Kimeri's shirt. It was super cute. Patsy wanted to know what I was doing, and I told her she had to watch or she couldn't see. It was a surprise. She was like, what? Not a surprise for me. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Shelly. I said, yeah. I think Brad was the only one that knew what I was doing. I was going to do these little wood things, and I was like, no, I always do something like that. So I was trying to do something a little different. And I had all these vintage buttons, and I was trying to figure out what I could do with them. So I just keep a jar, and I just collect them. And then sometimes once the jar gets full, I sell them. It's like Brad, my husband, says everything's for sale but me. So that's all right. Are you making the patina? No, girl, I need to. I definitely. They came up with a color that looks just like patina, and I need to get on it. It's been crazy setting. I had to get all the Christmas set, but all of that is done now. So if you're in the area and you need Christmas, we got fall and Halloween's 50 off, and then we have an entire room of Christmas out, vintage Christmas, so that's fun. It's not the same thing you're going to see at like your Hobby Lobby or your Walmart. So it is a lot of fun. I love old buttons too, Shelly. I save them. My last jar that was almost full, my oldest daughter was doing some crafts, and she's like, can I have these buttons? I'm like, yes. But sometimes when you buy dressers or, get dressers, they always seem to have like buttons and things in them. The other day it had these real big, like these kind of diamond earrings, like this big. My mom was like, are those real? I'm like, oh no, those cannot be real. If they were, that'd be real good, but no. And there's only one of them, but still, if it was real. But I have a diamond tester, and I'd already tested it. Because you just never know if they lost it and they didn't know where it was. And it was in that drawer. And that one came from the side of the road, so I wouldn't even know. Bethany had big junk or grapple day or whatever you want to call it, where they come out and people pile it to the hilt. But Bethany only does it a few times a year, where like when Beth goes, those places, they do it once a month. So when Bethany does one of their 1 or 2 times a year, there is a lot of stuff. But sometimes it's just a bunch of nothing too good. So we did find a couple good things here and there. One dresser was in really good shape, but it was missing a drawer. So I just cut it down. I just flipped it. Sometimes I'll do it from the top, just cut that section out at the top. But I had the top drawer, but didn't have the next drawer. So I just flipped it over and cut it out of the bottom. So I didn't have to, because I'm not into making a drawer. You never can make them look the same. So instead of a 5 drawer, it turned into a 4 drawer. And it already went out the door. So those are my favorite flips. It wasn't too terrible. But the rain's kind of made the store a little slow, even though it's sunshiny now. Getting these little boogers isn't the easiest thing either. Hi, Peggy. Always. Oh, that was a good idea. I never thought about that. Her mom would get the buttons off old clothing before she would like donate them or sell them, or I guess get rid of them or whatever. That's a good idea. Some of these buttons that are in here, pretty cool. It's going to be hard to just see because they're so little, but they were definitely some older cool ones. So I just painted those so they would be white like a ghost. But I don't mind this one over here with the clear and the, some of them are a little like ivory color, but really depending on your background you use, if you used a different color background, you literally could make your ghost any color you want with whatever color buttons you wanted to use, or you could just paint them whatever color you wanted. Whew, hot glue, that's why I don't like it. It always burns me. Beth burned herself with a hot tool the other day. It was terrible. It looked terrible. Ugh, can't get it picked up. Doesn't want me to do it. All right, we're getting close. Guess I should have got smart and put them right there in the beginning. Then I could just scoot them over into their little homes. A lot of college football today, too. Hi, Pam. How do you paint your buttons when I put them into a bag? They come out all blobby. Yeah, no, I just take my hot glue gun and just do a real thin line. And I just lay them down on that hot glue so they don't move while I'm painting them. And paint them. And then they just, it's hot, if it's just a thin line, they peel right back up off. And that way they don't get goopy. Because, you're just painting them individually, basically. Oh, I keep going to the bag and I have them right here. What's wrong with me? Okay. Almost got my little sparkle. This is definitely going to be more sparkly than the other one, but that's all right. Some people don't like as much sparkle. Some people like lots of sparkle. I'll put these back in here and then I'll show you. And then we're going to start with our buttons and we can add a bow or whatever we want to do. I haven't ever heard anybody putting them in a bag and doing that. I do that a lot. Like if it's like I'm painting an eyeball or I was painting these little spiders, I just put a little bit of hot glue. That way they don't move on me. And then just pop them back off and peel it right off. It comes right back off. That's a nice thing. Oh my goodness. Now I can't get the last two out. Seriously. So, this is what we're at now. You can see the outline of my ghost. Ooh, so sparkly. So now I'm going to start with my buttons. I'm going to use some Tight Bond. I really want them to stay. I'm just going to put it down in sections. Lost my lid. I always keep mine upside down. This makes it easier for me to be able to get the glue out. But again, this was just an old sign that something had fallen off. And it's metal here, and this part was wood. So anything like that is kind of messed up that you can pick up real cheap, you can really take and do so many things with. Patsy's always doing that with them. She'll decoupage and on the back of them, and they turn out real cute. So here's my vintage buttons. I got all sorts of shapes and designs. And we're just going to start laying them in. This one I use button eyes, but I found these kind of googly eyes that I'm going to use on this guy. Because I thought they were kind of cute. So now I'm just kind of looking for like, a shape that'll go into the next area. I might need a little one. I might need a big one. That's kind of the fun part. And that one kind of looks like a starfish, a sand dollar. I couldn't think of the word. Sand dollar. Thought it was pretty cool. I've got some little ones. So this one's definitely going to have a little more character than the last one, but that's okay. They can all be different. You can do whatever for whatever. I got these triangle-y ones to put down in the, oh, I almost put that in the water, down in the corners where the ghost kind of comes up and down. I'm going to put that triangle one in there. That's what I had envisioned when I was doing the buttons. Like this one looks like a flower. They're just cute. Yeah, it is. It's like a fancy puzzle. But luckily, I don't have to have the pieces. Don't have to perfectly match. Thank goodness. Whew. I have a friend, but well, she works here. One of my workers. Her and her sister love to do puzzles. And I'm like, oh man, girl. They'll do like one of those 10,000 piece puzzles over a weekend. I'm like, that's just too much for me. I'd rather be painting or something. But if puzzles are your jam, there you go. Do a puzzle. Again, I'm just working these in here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on that one just because it's got a pretty good raise on it. I don't want it to fall out. Don't fall out. But if it was rainy at your house like it was here, it'd be a perfect day to watch crafting or some football in between crafting. I think my husband got to watch OU play, but I don't know if they won or they didn't win. I did not ask. He just sent me a picture that said he found the leak, and I said, well, that is good. Looks like a tree branch got into one of the 90-degree angles. But plumbing's not my thing. I am no bueno with the plumbing. I've done it a few times, but I'm not good at it. Just as I went with the first one, I just kind of pushed down on the buttons. But you can see how we're starting to get our buttons into our ghost. And I'm just putting the glue on in sections. And then I'm just spreading it with a damp paintbrush. That way it gets everywhere. On my deal. Back to my puzzle. Anybody has any questions about plaster paint? I can try to read it from here. My eyes feel a little better all of a sudden, so that's good. Maybe it'll let me see. We do still have two September kits, which have the two new metallic colors, which is your sunset orange and your dragon green, which are amazing. So if you haven't got yours, if you purchase, if the two kits sell today or tomorrow, whoever buys them, I'll throw in a little extra gift in with your package. So you'll get a little extra something. And that'll be the last two for September. And then we'll do them again. I don't know if we're going to do them every other month or what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. Like that one's so cool because it's like a triangle. A double triangle. I'm just kind of pushing them down. I mean, I could have used hot glue, but I definitely want them to. I may use hot glue on a few, just where I couldn't get the back of the button piece. I tried to cut them off the best I could, but some of them were kind of persistent. They did not want. I like that one. They did not want to come off. It's kind of cool that they're, you know, different shapes, different sizes, and the whole 9 yards. Where there's that little thing on the back, I'm just going to put a little hot glue so they won't fall off when I turn it over to show y'all. That'd be bad for it to fall off on the floor. But again, you really could make the ghost any color you want. I just did white. I'm just a plain Jane girl most of the time. I have all these colors and I use a lot of neutrals. Kimeri was talking about all the pretty colors, which is very true. But I got to paint what sells too. So sometimes when I paint something crazy, it just takes a while for it to sell, but that's okay too. Found another one of my triangles for my bottom of my ghost. It'll fit real good right in there. So my hubby and I are going to go on a date night. What college game? Oh, my husband loves the Sooners. OU, University of Oklahoma. That's who I think they were playing Carolina or North Carolina. Working on, what is that? Bum. Anita. Hey, watching. Oh, awesome, Anita. Definitely stay to the end and we'll see who wins this session of the drawing to go in for the gift card. That one's being a little wonky. Doesn't really want to stick down. That's a real big one. Somebody's calling. They're just going to have to wait till we're done with our ghosty with the mosty. Does anybody watch college football? Or more people watch the NFL? I usually don't on Sundays because I just rather do other things. You can use the one step or the plaster in resin. I've done it. If you go back to some of my posts, I've done it in where I've poured the paint and put the resin on top, or I've put the paint in the resin. So either way, it will work. And on the metallics also work. So any of the lines will work in resin. It's not a powder, it's actually a paint, but it will still do its thing and cure just like it's magic. So now I need like a skinnier one. Maybe just a littler one. There. But we're coming right along. As you can see, the top of the little ghost is done. Now I'm starting to work down at the bottom of my little ghost. But again, this was just a cheap sign that I bought that was messed up, that somebody had, I don't know what they'd done to it. But it was messed up. So the back didn't, I mean, you could kind of read what the words say, but I just sanded them off and then painted it white so my paper would look good. Because when you do a decoupage, I mean, having the white background really makes your paper pop. You don't have to, but you definitely want that pop. Thank you. Always good to have a date night. That's all right. We don't have very many. I'm bad. I am just a homebody because I'm here so much that when I am off, I would just prefer to be home. So they had the gym where Story does gymnastics had a Halloween party, costume party, and for parents' night out. And I said, I knew Story would want to go because it's her gym, but I didn't know if her twin sister would want to go. And so I said, Sadie will go. We can have a date night. Because he always says I'm a stick in the mud, which is true. Once I get home, I just like to spend my time at home. I know that's terrible, but I'd just rather be at home doing something around the house or spending time with the girls. And Kyle is at his other grandparents this weekend, so our grandson that we have custody of. So he doesn't get to go, but we've got lots of things every day next week for their school. It's dress up day. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Barb. Hi, Grace. But it's something every day. It's red day. It's pink out day for breast cancer. It's hat day. It's jersey day. And then on the very last day, which is Friday, because it's Halloween, they get to wear their Halloween costumes. So they have a little parade. So I think it's through, the girls are in 4th. I think they do it up through 5th grade. I don't think the middle school does it. So they'll have this year and then next year, and then the girls won't do the little dress up anymore for school. Kyle still get to do it. He's in 1st grade, so he's got a few more years. I'm Sadie's homeroom mom, so Brad's always like, don't add anything else to your plate. And I'm like, I know. See, Jackie, I just like to stay home. It's terrible, but it's what I just prefer it. Now it's getting harder because I'm getting down at the bottom. I got to find like the right piece to go in that hole. My puzzle's getting harder. I mean, I have a lot of friends that we're on the go a lot, but I mean, they're on the go and then they go more other things. And I just rather stay home. But that's why my husband says I'm a stick in the mud. And I like to watch the grandbabies on Saturday night. So they wanted me to watch the grandbabies. And I was like, I got a date night. I can't. So hopefully I'll get to see the grands, my little grand ladies tomorrow. At least 2 out of 3 of them. The other one, Naomi, she came over and carved pumpkins last Saturday. They had a good time carving those pumpkins. They did a great job too. We got a neighborhood carving on Sunday. They're gonna get lots of pumpkins carved this year. Because that'll be their second time to carve pumpkins. Gonna have to stop and get them some more. I think they carved everything they had. Kids, if it's there, they're gonna carve it. I'd rather them just paint on them. Then they don't get all yucky, and I can send them to a lady that feeds her donkeys with them. She'll pick them up after the season and feed her donkeys, so I can recycle them. But if they're all cut up and then they're kind of yucky, I'm sure. Pumpkin seeds and I didn't do it this year. I had set Christmas on last Saturday and I had hurt my back, so I didn't even ask them to save me the seeds. But I think if we do it again on Sunday, definitely. That is so good. Just put them in the oven with some salt. Very good. But again, I'd rather them paint them so I can just wash it off and then give it to the donkeys. But I think if they're probably already starting to rot, the donkeys probably wouldn't want them. I mean, I wouldn't want them if I was the donkey. That might be a little bit yucky. Let's see. Where'd my other little box of buttons go? Oh, I knocked them on the floor. I just need a couple more little ones. I guess I did too many big ones because I still have a lot of big ones left. But I need a couple little ones. I need to try to find the ones that are pretty white. Since I painted these white, just need a couple little ones to stick in some of the holes, the blank spots. But it doesn't have to be 100% covered either. It's just whatever you want to do. It says it's your project. It is your ghosty with the mosty. I just needed a couple. Oh, look how cute he is, or she is. And it's already got the hanger on the back. They are good. Oh yeah, Pumpkin is good, and I just love that. It doesn't go to waste. It makes me so happy that she could take them. I'll have to find out if she can take them if we've carved them. We didn't put candles in them. We just used the little tea lights, which is good. Thank you. Now we're gonna do like a little bow or still. Then I'm gonna put these really are cute. They're hard to see. My little black widow spider, and then my little kitty cats. I think I'll put the kitty cats in the bow. Just look how cute they are. But you can just do whatever you want. Like you can take your, what time is it? Oh, we're doing so good. These are just like sparkly ones, but I can add some bling to them. I didn't on those others because I was kind of running out of time at that point. But I put this one down here. I'm going to hold him down for a minute so he sticks on. It doesn't pop off. But I have all these little jewels, all these little blingy bling jewels. Sometimes I do them on story gymnastics. Leo's. But she's kind of getting out of the bling because of what they do so much to work out. Sometimes they can really kind of bother her. The jewels, she'd rather have the spangles because the spangles are flat where the jewels are not. I'm going to put some red ones on the spider. Some sparkle. Make it look like a black widow. Pushing down a little bit. Just going to make a little simple bow. just like if you were going to tie your shoe. Thank you. Yeah, I went with the bigger bling because this one was definitely quite a bit bigger than the first one. Oh, I think well, maybe I just dropped that one on there. Maybe it wasn't even supposed to go there. I can't tell. It's too big. I'm gonna leave it blank. Just a regular old like tie your shoe bow. Even though my children say I do it differently than how they were taught to tie their shoes at school. Got my little tails. Got too much glue on my fingers. Does not want to work out for me. I don't know about y'all, but it's still been hot here. We're supposed to get a cold front tonight for the first time. And it might actually cool off and be like lows in the 40s. I'm like, what? Kind of ready. It's been in the 80s. I mean, every day. But I think they said everybody's going to kind of get a cool front. I love anything with buttons too. And most time I just get my whole, I just keep a jar on my desk, and when it gets full, I use keep some, but then once I get a couple, 2 or 3 jars, I'll put them out to sell. That way people can enjoy them too. I want to hoard all the buttons. Bow on. I mean, and you could use whatever color. I have all sorts of ribbon over here. If you did a different color or anything like that. Where's his little eyes? I thought I lost his eyeballs. Like, where'd your eyeballs go, buddy? I'm used to standing up. I'm trying to force myself to sit down. And I put little diamonds inside the black dots of the eyes, some little sparkle in there. I may not be able to see them, but it did turn out cute. Now we can do something else to the bow. Oh, yeah, I was going to use our kitty cats. Forgot. At least use one kitty cat. To give it a little more sparkle. Story's going to be a kitty cat for Halloween. Sadie's going to be a banana with sunglasses. She kind of beats her own little drum. Whatever she wants to be. Kyle's going to be where the alien looks like it's carrying him off. So we're all set and ready. Oh, I knew I had another Black Widow spider. But this would even be a project, I mean, if you used just like Elmer's glue or whatever, I mean, the tight bonds too, where, the kids, you could do this project with your kids. I don't like them to use the hot glue, so I would, be the one that did that for them, because I don't want them to get burnt. And that hot glue gets so stinking hot. I'm trying to decide if it needs another spider, but I'm thinking we may We may be just good. Well, let's see. The ones are a little bit little, but you can see them. And there's a little cat in the center of the bow. It's got some sparkle on it. But I think that's pretty darn cute. I mean, again, I put the ghost in that one, so you can really do whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll put. It's like those are just real big. I'm gonna put another one of these. My watch said it's time to stand up. It says you never sit down. It's time to stand up. It always makes me mad when it says that because I'm like, I'm always standing. Thank you, Lynne. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, I only had one set of the like boogly eyes, so I used buttons on the other one. But that's all right too. One more spider. And I'll have to add a little bling to them. Those are all red. I always make them a different color. Because I have green and purple and blue. I guess everything is, all the rest are red, so I guess I should, oh, the kitty cat's got pink. I'm going to make one of them gold, y'all. You know I love my gold. I mean, who doesn't love gold? It'd be a golden widow spider instead of a thank you, Lori. We're going to be right on time. Beth was making fun of me. She's like, you had to do it by yourself. I was like, I know. Can't read comments and do it. I get too focused on what I'm doing. I can't do both. Those are kind of champagne-y color. These are actually like heat press stones, but you can glue them on too. It doesn't hurt. That's what I had because, like I said, sometimes I'll add a little bit to our Leos. Some bling bling to our Leos. Or her scrunchies. But man, I don't like to do the scrunchies. It takes way too long. I don't have that much patience. I've done a few for her, but once you stretch that scrunchie out, that's a lot of blinging. Might not be so bad if I glued them instead of using the heat deal. Like the bedazzler or whatever that we used to have. They're back again. You can just bedazzle anything. Anything you want to bedazzle. But there we go. Let me see if I can get a little light on him. There's the little ghost, little eyes. Got sparkle all around, and each of the spiders have some sparkle on their bums. You can see the glue still not dry, but I did them in different colors. And then there's my other little spiders. I think it is real cute. Turned out pretty darn good. And again, this was just something that the deal with whatever was on it fell off. And I didn't do them all white. They're just different. They're like creams and whites and clears. So, I mean, literally you can do that, or you can paint them and it makes it, definitely white. So it shows up just a little bit better. But either one will work. Thank you. I love the bling too. So what do we have? Let me show you the kit for the month, and then I'll pick a name, and everybody can go to the bathroom before the next one. Because I know how that goes. I'm always having to run to the bathroom. Let me flip this up just a little. You can see my junkie and the mess in the back. So this is September's kit. We have 2 left. This is the new dragon green. And this is the new Sunset Orange. Both of those are metallics. And then you also get Timeless Burgundy, some new surface, some pure white, some sage, Irish clover, and dahlia. And if the two sell either today or tomorrow, I will throw a little free gift in to whoever buys those two last kits for September. And if I don't sit down, I'm not going to be in the screen. Is it already getting cool in Indiana? I bet it is. Thank you. Grandbabies would love it. And again, you can buy these. I just bought this pack of buttons at Walmart. I think it was like $4. But I mean, you could probably get, definitely if you made them smaller than this, you could get 2 or 3 out of, one package of these. So, okay, I'm going to say, where's my little clicker? Number, everybody make your comments. Number 15. Oh, raining in Arkansas. I bet it is. How much? They're $29.95 plus $8.99 shipping. Makes them like $34 with shipping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you guys are killing me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just Jackie Krafting. Can she win, Kimeri? Or is she on this right now? Is she on the live with us? Kimeri. Let's see. Hi, Tina. Oh, that would be cute too, Shelly, to have them paint the paint that glows in the dark. That'd be really cute. She can win. Yay! So there, Just Jackie Krafting is our winner. So you guys have fun the rest of the day. You have a couple minutes so you can go potty. But again, definitely if you want to try plaster paint, the link is in our bio on each person's deal, and go do a button ghost. So you guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Bye.